Hey, what is up YouTube? I'm here to show you guys how to install Optifine or any mod on the new 1.6.2 launcher. So to get started, first of all, what you gotta do is open up your browser, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, whatever you use, and go to this website. I'll leave a link to the website in the description. Now it should show this little thing right here in between the ads, download Optifine 1.6.2. You just click on that and it'll start downloading your file. Now, since as you can see down here, I've already done that, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, you do need something which lets you download things called WinRAR or 7-zip. Either one works. I'll leave a link to those two things in the description. But basically, what those do is those let you transfer the files to your Minecraft, blah blah, like that kind of stuff to get the mods on there. So I'll leave a link to WinRAR in the description. But once you have the Optifine file, which here I'll grab that real fast. Alright, you need to go into your %app data %, or if you don't have it that way, you can go into your run and type it in right here. Either way, it'll get you there. Alright, so now you gotta open up your .minecraft, and then you gotta click on your versions file. I've already done this, so I don't really have to do it, but I guess I'll do a second. What you gotta do is you gotta open up your 1.6.2 version, which is the default one. So there's these two files in here. Basically, say you wanted to name it mods, which is because this is the folder that you'll use to install mods. So say I wanted to do it mods, I'd just label this mods. Then you gotta take the two files from your 1.6.2.jar and put it in the new file or folder that you just created. Now, another thing that you need to do though before you do anything else is you gotta look, it's labeled mods. So you gotta label these two things instead of 1.6.2. You gotta label them mods, or whatever you named your file. So I'll just do that real fast. So now that those two things are both labeled mods, this is your Minecraft.jar, and then this is another thing. I don't know what that is, your JSON file. You also got to open up your JSON file with Notepad or whatever you use. I'm just going to use Notepad for this tutorial. And right here where you just saw me delete that 1.6.2 in between those quotations, you got to put in there whatever you just made your word right there, which for me it's mods, as you can see. So just X out of that, save your changes, and you're good to go for that part. So everything here is labeled mods, and then mods for the file, and then in here it's labeled mods, or whatever you used. So now that you've got that done, you can just minimize this. Actually, no you can't, sorry about that. You gotta open up your Minecraft.jar, or mods.jar, whatever you labeled it, and this is where you need the WinRAR file or 7-zip. Because you right click on the .jar file, you go to open with, and you open it with whichever one you have installed. For me it's WinRAR, and that should bring up this thing right here. Okay, so here's this. This is your Minecraft.jar where you're going to be placing your mods. Now you got to also take the Optifine, which you have recently just installed, and it should be done by the time you've reached this step. Alright, so problem with the shortcut. Here, I guess that this is a messed up file. Let me grab a different one. Oops. I don't know what's wrong with it, but let's try this one. There. Oh my god, I grabbed the wrong file. Sorry about this, guys. I don't know what's wrong with that first file. I guess it's a bit messed up, but whatever. Alright, so now I got my Minecraft Optifine 1.6.2 here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take all the files from this, and you got to highlight them all. So you can either just highlight them all like normal, or just click on one and click Control A, which will automatically highlight them all. Then you click on them, and then you drag them over to your .jar file. Click OK. Wait for it to finish. And now the Optifine file's installed there. So what you got to do next, in this part's essential and you need to do this, is delete your meta.inf file. So right click it, click there, delete files, and delete that immediately. Now you're done with this part, so you can just X out of that and whoops, and X out of this. So now you can open up your Minecraft file or your Minecraft launcher. Sorry. Click make new profile, and then just make the profile name whatever. I'm just going to make it my name. Make sure that game directory is checked and scroll down to this bar, and whatever you just labeled it, mods, optifine 1.6.2, whatever you just made it, that should pop up right here. Like I just made it mods, so there should be one called release mods, which there is. So there we go. I can just highlight release mods, and that's it. So now I'm using that file that I just created. So I have that. So just click on your whichever you labeled it, that one, the release, whatever you made it, and then click play game when you're signed into your account. Wait for it to finish loading everything. And now that you have that all done with, once you got to make sure that you're on the right release file for it to work, you should have your optifine mod installed like this. Now one way to tell if you have it is, for one, you can go into your options and you can change this not just between small and tiny, normal and far, but you can change this bar fully. You can have an extra smooth lighting option, or if you just press control, it's a big zoom. So there's just a few ways to tell if you've installed it, and a few reasons that you may want this mod are for the zoom, the extra changing that you can do, or it also helps reduce FPS lag, which just makes this a great mod. Now, this tutorial I just made does not just work for Optifine, but actually all of them. Better Sprint mod, X-Ray mod if you want that for some reason, Optifine, all those things. Every single mod pretty much it works for. So yeah, that's all. Peace out.